It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at Caleb Williams. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Bears and the Packers on EA Sports.
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Thanks for joining us, football fans. I'm Kate Scott, joined in the booth by my partner, Brock Hewitt. And this week, Brock, got one group coming in off a win, another off that well-earned bye. Should make for a really energetic game. I'm wondering if you think one has the advantage over the other.
Well, I'd like to know how every single body feels down there, but we don't. My guess is they're all hurting a little bit because once you get past the opener, you're never quite 100%. So I typically will lean with the team coming off a win. You feel good about yourself. You feel good in your preparation.
Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go in Week 11. Here's a return from the 7. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
No luck finding his receiver that time, so it'll be second down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first. From the gun, here's Herbert. Broke through the tackle. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Call it 70 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Brings up second and 3.
Williams on the play action. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
And 3 yards to go.
Trying an inside give to Herbert. Jukes out a one-stop, and he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago first down. No slated downs to approach here from the 40.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Williams to throw on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Incomplete. He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
Williams from the gun. Sheds off a rusher. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. And following that return, we've got an injured player down there. He'll receive some assistance as we step aside. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Going run again with Jacobs. And he's not going to escape. They could not get the push they needed. That's going to be a safety. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, partner, but I thought we were coming here to call an NFL game, but this is starting more like a baseball game. 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. No, just kidding. Still there's the first quarter here this afternoon.
Yeah, it feels like a pitcher's duel too, right? I mean, it's just a low-scoring affair here out the gate. I'll tell you what this does do, though, Kate. Right, in this world of analytics and looking at scores, this starts to screw that just conventional wisdom up. When you get an oddball like this, a safety early, just watch over the course of this game how it may affect some of the decision-making of the coaches.
So hopefully he's able to find the landing zone next time. His first kickoff gives him some great field position here. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, Williams. It's taken in by Rome Odunze. And he's out of bounds past midfield. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
And the Bears first down.
Working from the gun, Williams. Has the connection to Odunze. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game, the type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down throw by Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't find Rome Odunze there. And now they face second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Now Williams. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Bears first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can...
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
Here's first and 10 from the 34. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Hit made by TJ Edwards. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up second and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 36-yard line.
They go counter, it's Jacobs. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. He got 5, and now it's going to be third down and 3. Man in motion, headed right. Turning to Jacobs on third. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bears and Khalil Herbert to take over once more. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting second right now across the league in rushing yards. Offense ready to begin this drive, first and 10. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. Second and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. at the 26-yard line.
Off the play fake, Williams. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Third down, here's Williams. Throwing the out route complete. And he reaches the 35 before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Williams will look to throw. This finds Everett complete. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 41. To the left and hauled in by Odunze. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Chicago first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Out of the pistol, Williams. That's low and bounces short of his man.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Herbert straight ahead. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Chased out to his right. He's on the move. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now Herbert. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You felt it the second this play bounced toward the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Again, they'll run with Herbert. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Not trying to do too much there. Short yardage situation. Just make sure you get to the marker and reset those chains.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They go play action here. That's incomplete left side.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
3rd and long for him here. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Bears first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he only gets this one down to the 9. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Packers' 9-yard line.
Johnson up the middle. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now here's Williams. Has it in close. And in for the Chicago touchdown. All right, so this solid first half continues from Brock. They're into the end zone to extend their advantage.
And I think if you're a head coach, you've got to be very happy with the effort so far. You always preach about coming out strong, and they've been the ones dictating the tempo. As a result, they add to their lead.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears push the lead to 2 scores now. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Out now runs the Packer offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Short yardage situation here, it's 3rd and 2.
And it's 3rd down.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Fires right away, but incomplete.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Bears and Rome Odunze headed back out on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And the start to his NFL career has been everything that they could have hoped for. He's really adjusted to the league quickly, and as a result, one of the contenders to be named Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
On the ground, it's Herbert again. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brought down by Quay Walker. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Williams to throw. He's on the move. He's running for it. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
Pass caught by Odunze. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. To throw is Williams. Completed here to Komet. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
Ball start. Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. That's complete. Here's Scott. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Herbert. And they had that one contained right at the line. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Williams to throw on first. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Williams from the gun. And he has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears push their lead to 15. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack, because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears take a 16-point lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And Brock, these guys are still searching. They are still searching for their first points, but beyond that, they don't even have a 1st down yet.
Not even one?
No, they're still searching. I know. On target to Musgrave. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Takes the handoff, now Love. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Love out of the shotgun. Hauled in by Musgrave. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 46. Love to throw again. Hits him on the out route. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play fake, it's Love. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here's Love. That's complete to Musgrave. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 4 there, and that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here, following the penalty. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Love now to throw. Hauled in left side. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. It's a give here for Herbert. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Buying some time left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch. And you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 3rd down.
After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. Running it after the penalty. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Bears pushing for a score before the break. First down throw by Williams. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it's 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. Roma Dunze, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long. To throw, Williams. He's got it at the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears stretch the lead to 23. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Nixon now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Love from the gun. That's reeled in by Jayden Reed. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The Packers take their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Shotgun now for Love. Has him on the quick hitter. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
That's into the hands of Dobbs. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. First down throw, here's Love. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football, the Legion of Boom, obviously out in Seattle. Or how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone, trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Thrown on 1st down, Love. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll close the gap a small bit to 20. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we've hit halftime in Chicago. It's been a good one for the home crowd. The Bears out in front. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was our visitors who were able to walk away with the road victory. Jaden Daniels, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. in the first half. It was the rookie from USC, Caleb Williams, who was looking the part. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown
Santos has it all
half.
teed up
And he
and ready
may
to
just
send
be
this
getting
away.
started.
Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10. After 26 yards.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with the penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 3rd and long, here's Love. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down for a loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Escapes a defender. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And it's going to be Bears football. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Herbert. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Taken down back at the 42.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Here we go, 2nd and very long. Rome Odunze, the intended receiver. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Packers will take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
This is Reed working the right side. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the 32-yard line.
Well, looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Here come the Bears, back out on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
A run now with Herbert. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Third and a lone yard coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
The give to Herbert. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. From the gun, here's Herbert. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop. Packers into a nickel defense, third down.
3rd and 7.
This might be a free play for him. Got Everett, and it's complete. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
Still third down.
This penalty certainly gives the offense options, setting up 3rd and inches. Shotgun handoff to Herbert. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks, and I'm looking for that to be called again.
Pass caught by Adunze. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. And third and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a fourth down instead.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up.
So in the end, the armchair quarterbacks, Kate, are going to tell you the more aggressive-minded play caller would have been correct. It would have been a better decision to go for it as they come up with nothing from that field goal try.
We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Fix the handoff, now Love. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And 9 yards to go.
Love now. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You throw it in the middle of the field, it's all about anticipation and accuracy. I mean, those are the two keys all the time in my book, Kate. But when you throw it in the middle of the field with all of the traffic, that's where guys with great anticipation and that tremendous accuracy come to life.
Play fake, it's Love. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Handoff here to Jacobs. Breaks the tackle, still going. He's within striking distance. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock. And how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one. The last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop. Because a broken tackle, well, can mean a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Packers drop the lead back to 13. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Herbert straight ahead. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
Williams from the gun. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Packers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And the touchdowns got to keep coming for them as they still trail here. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Man in motion out of the slot. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Jacobs running behind center. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this third down. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
False start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. And he won't escape. The Bears take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. We've got a stoppage now. There was a player shaken up on that return, so we'll take a brief break as they tend to him. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Herbert. Brushes him off with ease. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Again, they'll run with Herbert. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
He's throwing deep to the left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Rome Odunze, the intended receiver. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire.
He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. So following the safety, Brock, they're on now to begrudgingly send it away with a free kick. Pulled in at the 20. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing them.
So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now Herbert. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 48. That one's incomplete over the middle. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 3rd down.
Edgerrin Cooper on the coverage.
Throwing from the gun here. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st down, Williams. couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third quarter. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Williams will look to throw. That's caught for the first. It's inside the 10. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears make it a 3-score game in the 4th. DJ Moore, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears grow the lead now to 22 points. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Nixon now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Love out of the shotgun. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Love now to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's going to be third and long. Love from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Love to throw again. Hauled in by Musgrave. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Packers. Shotgun now for Love. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Able to get it to Reed. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of third down, they're now defending first and 10. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's first and 10. Throwing it again here. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 32. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's Love. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Throwing, Love. Gets this one to Watson. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They are throwing it again. Flushed out of the pocket. Ooh, look at this, here he goes. And he slides down inside the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. They stick with Jacobs. And he runs it across, touchdown. The Packers get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score, don't let it go to 4th and goal, and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Escapes the pocket, and he's gonna cross for the score. They trim that deficit down to 14. Ooh, you could feel the greater sense of urgency from him there, Brock. Trailing on the scoreboard, and he took the initiative to convert that 2-point try.
Yeah, you always need your quarterback to be able to manufacture points, but especially when you're down. He's got the license to improvise anytime. And what a confidence builder to everyone around him when your QB can make something out of nothing.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Here's Herbert. No one around. He's got space. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They run. It's Herbert. Jukes one defender. And he'll find the space he needs to get this up to the 25-yard line. They'll take 6 on the play. Now they'll face 2nd and 14. On the ground, it's Herbert again. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Call it 1 yard on the play. That leaves him with 3rd and 14.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And that brings up 4th and long. They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Here's Love to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Trying an inside give to Herbert. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Williams. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Out of the pistol, Williams. That throw finds Kmet. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Williams on the play action. He's gonna push one deep down the right. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now Williams. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. The Packers all set to get back out there. And they're very fortunate the turnover on downs and short field did not lead to points. They can thank their defense by putting a scoring drive together right now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Love now. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, there was no way that defense was going to pass up on that opportunity. I dare to say that was the most energetic and frenzied we've seen them all game. I don't think they could believe the offense would go for it that deep in their own territory.
A touchdown all but gifted to them here as they take over 1st and goal. Williams from the gun. Catch is made in close. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. It's a give here for Herbert. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
A 10-yard pickup. It's 2nd and goal.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal. Design bootleg here. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Williams bails out of the pocket, and he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears have likely locked up the win right there. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. His 5th total score of this ball game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. Here comes their offense out again. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Zone infraction. Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Love. Caught by Jacobs. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
First down, Packers.
Taken in by Dobbs. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Love. That finds Jacobs, complete. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Love to throw again. He's on the move. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. First down from the red zone. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Love from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Love out of the shotgun. And this is another incompletion. This one intended for the running back. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Shotgun now for Love. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Chicago getting set to take the field now. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. They give to Herbert, running left. And he does what he can there, up to the 25. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, here's Herbert. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All set up now for 1st and 10. The give to Herbert. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
A run now with Herbert. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
So Soldier Field sees another win for the Bears. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.